Live CBS Sunday. Hollywood's biggest party is now bigger than ever.
Perfect. No notes.
The Golden Globes, with more stars, more glamour, more chaos, and more host Nikki Glazer.
We're gonna laugh at the celebrities that can take it and completely ignore the ones who can't. I'm just kidding. They're not safe either.
The Golden Globes, live CBS Sunday, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, and streaming on Paramount+.
I had that dream again. My small business needs to hire, but I don't use LinkedIn, and I hire an energy vampire. But also, they're a literal vampire. And suddenly, my team is spending all their time sharpening wooden stakes and buying bulk silver and rehearsing ancient chants, and then I wake up.
Don't let hiring nightmares ruin your dreams. LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant takes insights from over 1 billion professionals to create a short list of the best fits for you. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/quality. Start hiring today with LinkedIn.
Good morning, Crust. It's a great day to be a bread brother.
Ugh, mornings are not my jam. Or jelly.
Oh, come on. Stop loafing around.
I just woke up feeling hollow inside.
Psst, just grab one of the new Morning Uncrustables sandwiches, like Bright-Eyed Berry or Up and Apple, filled with 12 grams of protein and tons of deliciousness. Crust, what are you eating?
It's just granola, not even yogurt.
No crust, no fuss. Uncrust your mornings.
Hello and welcome to the Assassin's Creed Lorecast. We are so excited to bring you this show.
Our podcast is all about unraveling all of your favorite mysteries from the Assassin's Creed games. Each episode we'll be talking about a different topic in the Assassin's Creed universe. From Pieces of Eden, solar flares, and the Isu, to the Hidden Ones, the Order of Ancients, and of course, the Animus. We will seek to uncover it all.
So join us and maybe even take a leap of faith.
Welcome to the Assassin's Creed Lorecast. We're back with another episode, and I'm here with my co-host.
Yeah, hey, I'm Austin, also known as Teacup. Did you say your name?
I'm Shekup or Shelby. I don't know if I did or not. Okay. We're starting off 2026 with a bang, clearly.
Well, I feel like it's always I know listeners don't know this because we change it all the time, but it's always the second episode that we record where we have these little hiccup things that they start with.
Yeah, we pretty much alternate like every week, whichever one we record first, just because it's whatever I last opened on our editing software. So yeah, the second one is always a little bit more
goofy?
Fun than the first one.
I was going to say goofy.
We're so much more focused on the first episode.
It's true. All right. I guess we're starting off 2026. This is our year 4 of the Assassin's Creed Lorecast. It's year 5 of Dragon Age, but we started that in August.
And this in February of
or March or somewhere around there.
No, I think it was February of 2022.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we started
almost exactly 4 years ago.
Yes, almost
That's
exactly
crazy.
4 years ago. And this is, I don't know, Shelby names numbers the seasons. I think this is 7.
This is still season 7. We have not started a new season on this one. Right. We're still in season 7.
And I'm committed to finishing the circles.
Okay.
And then we'll move on to another season.
Cool. Awesome.
And so today, speaking of which, today we are starting off with a lore episode of the objective circles from Assassin's Creed Shadows. So we're just going to kind of go over like what these circles are, any story that they have in there, and do that. And so we're talking about the Iron Hand Guild. Now, I really need to say the Iron Hand Guild, which is led by the Iron Hand. So we cannot shorten it to Iron Hand because that's the person.
Okay, that's confusing, but we'll manage it.
Yes. All right. So the Iron Hand Guild is a merchant syndicate led by the Iron Hand that tries to damage House Amai's reputation by meddling in their business and trade. Now, House Amai is the house that you go to with the man who hosts the tea ceremony.
Okay,
where
yes.
you kill the Teppo wielder, Shinbaku. So this is a quest that happens after that. So you go to this after you kill, or after Nobunaga dies, and you unlock Yasuke, and all this stuff happens here. You can go and find this by finding Amai Sokun in Sakai, and the quest itself is part of the People of Setsu quest board and will only appear, as I said, after completing Act 1 of the game. You will need to slay the 4 members of the Iron Hand Guild and obtain the information they have on their leader, the Iron Hand. Did you do this one?
I don't know if I finished it, but I definitely did a good portion of it.
Yes. This is, again, another one that the game does not tell you that you can spare these people. Right. And you really have to pay attention on should they be killed or not.
And I did not pay attention.
Me
This
either.
is the one with the man who is in his house. And if you like make noise or what, like you have to draw him out. And it's really difficult to do it without killing him.
Yes. So we'll get to that. So if you don't have any other thoughts before we start, we can just jump right into the targets.
Let's do it.
So the first target, they're all merchants. So this is Merchant Kanta. And these are the notes that we receive for tracking this merchant down when we first accept the quest. And we know that he owns a naval operation in Omi. His boat travels Lake Biwa, which if you don't know where Omi is, that's one of the largest sections of the map. It's where Akuzi Castle is. It's where most of the Lady Oichi story takes place. It's got that big lake, Lake Biwa, in the middle. And it also has the Isle of Cats on it that you take Lady Oichi to. And so he's in Atsu. The Atsu port is where his operation is being run, and he's always found in the rice shipyard. If you want to go the peaceful route with Merchant Kanta, again, the game doesn't tell you that there is a peaceful route. You will need to hide in the bushes in the southeast corner of the rice shipyard, whistle Kanta over, and choke him out, meaning that you need to use your, knockout, equip your fists. Do not have a weapon equipped, and make sure that you knock them out instead of assassinating them. And then you can basically pick up his intel. This note points to that the Iron Hand, the leader, his organization is based in Tamba, not Sakai, and is more brutal than the Amai family. And so this is important. You pick up this mission in Setsu, but this guild takes you all over Japan. And so you can also kill him and take his note, and it's the same thing. And you get a Kanobo as a reward. You do not get this weapon if you don't spare him. The game doesn't really tell us, is he corrupt? Is he evil? What is happening? It just is, take this target out.
So we never get the resolution of okay, yeah, he actually was evil, or no, he was just trying to fuck with his family.
Yeah, I watched a bunch of scenes and I tried to do it because I couldn't remember playing the game, and I couldn't really derive anything from there. And so you can also steal the intel, in which he will be spared. He will just leave. Also, as with all of this, which I think is one of the flaws of the game that has really been around since Assassin's Creed Odyssey, is that you can just happen upon these people and assassinate them.
Yes. Well, and I don't know if there's a way to solve that problem if they insist upon an open world.
Yes, I agree. Other than making it okay, this person won't appear until you accept this objective board or something like that.
Well, I think it is possible. That's probably not the right phrasing. Whether or not Ubisoft wants to put in the work, they don't.
Right.
You could write a code to, prevent the NPC from showing up or to prevent the NPC from being killable.
Right. And it also, I mean, that's what the Elder Scrolls does. They make NPCs called essential. It sets their status to essential, which means you can attack them and they'll just like go unconscious or something like that instead of dying.
I will say, let's maybe not advise Ubisoft to take on Bethesda.
What you got against Bethesda? I'm just kidding.
Are you serious right now?
I know exactly what we have against Bethesda.
Yeah, let's release the same game 10 times.
Listen, as someone
and pay for it every single time.
As someone who has bought it almost like 8 out of the 10 times, you're not wrong.
I know I'm not wrong.
Anyway, so it's worth noting here that you can, if you know where they are, go to the Iron Hand's location and assassinate the leader, the Iron Hand, and they're all spared.
Interesting. Okay. I kind of expected like, okay, the ones that like aren't evil that you can spare anyway, they'll be spared and the rest will just like get auto killed or something. But
yeah, no.
All right.
So that's part of that. So he will be spared then. So that's Merchant Kanta. Again, like not really a big thing in there. Also, our next merchant is Merchant Kinosuke. And this merchant has 2 quests that are related to tracking them down. The first one is called Dirty Dealing, and you basically obtain intel on Kinosuke. You need to visit an unmarked camp in the Onyu Pass in Wasaka. And after either taking out the camp or sneaking through it, you find a letter detailing the merchant's location and progress to the next related quest. It is worth noting that Shadows is a leveled game, just like Valhalla and Odyssey, meaning that different and later areas of the game, while they are accessible, they are leveled, meaning that if you are under-leveled for them, you might have a hard time fighting those enemies. With that caveat, you can do this quest at a lower level if you turn on Guaranteed Assassination and you really wait the patience to try to like take the stealth route.
Okay.
But like Tamba, I think is one of the later realms that there's like a mid-tier realm, as is Omi, and then Wasaka is another one that's like a lot bigger.
Okay. I can't remember the names of the different areas in this game, so I have no input here.
Well, you will remember this one because I incessantly quoted an internet meme with the next city that we're going to talk through when I was playing this.
Oh, God.
So the trading pass is the next one, and so the letter you basically pick up from this camp needs to be delivered to a merchant in Obama, Wasaka, which is one of the cities. I'm not going to do it.
Okay. Go ahead.
Obama.
I meant go ahead with the episode.
Sorry. Obama. Anyway, so once you deliver it, it basically unlocks the location of Kinosuke, and you can either kill him or knock him out, and the quest then will complete. So that's the first 2 merchants that we get there. Do you have any overarching thoughts?
I have overarching thoughts, but I want to save them till the end. So,
all right. Well, then I think we're ready for our mid-break.
All right, let's do it.
You look like the one thing in the world that Kiviatis wouldn't take to bed. Can you even see out of that thing?
Mock all you want. When those Malakas and Zakros see this beast charging towards them, they will know fear!
Let's start light. Tell me a joke.
Why must samurai always battle one another? Because there is only one way for a samurai to get ahead. Ahead. I did not say it was a good joke.
Makose! Shoot! Shoot the flying demon!
Hello and welcome to the middle of the show. This is where we take time to talk about all the things that have to do with the lore cast and not the lore of Assassin's Creed. So the first thing that we have to do is thank all of our amazing patrons. Thank you all so much for your financial support. It's meant the world to us. And as we go into a new year, that means a new round of merch is coming out. And as we did last year for the first time, we are offering t-shirts at our Master Assassin tier and higher. And you will get 1 t-shirt in Q1 and then 3 stickers throughout the rest of the year. And so if you are interested in that, definitely sign up by the end of this month so you can get in on it and get all of our other amazing rewards like joining us on the show, early access to episodes, ad-free access to episodes. You can weigh in on what future topics you want and so much more. So definitely check that out at patreon.com/ACLorecast. DM us, email us, or visit our website. Now, the next best way to support us is to leave us a rating or a review wherever you do that, whether it's on Spotify, YouTube, Apple, somewhere else. If it's somewhere else, you may just want to make sure that you get it to us in some format so we can read it out on the show. And so I have one to read today that comes from Spotify. And this was left on our emoji trivia episode. And it comes from Void Gorilla, who says, started from episode 1 at the start of this month, and I'm already caught up. The cups are unbelievably knowledgeable. Even veterans learn new stuff. And the cozy, welcoming energy honestly helped me through being sick over the holidays. The kindness, love, and passion truly shine through the work they both do. Bonus, my favorite assassin is Ratan Hecaton Connor, too. Lifelong fan of him, and for sure now this podcast. P.S. Where's Charles Lee? Not being a quote in Family Feud was criminal. Much love. Thank you so much for that awesome review. We greatly appreciate it. And with that, the last thing I have to talk about is our Discord server, which you should join and come hang out with us on there. We think it's the best place on the internet. So if you haven't joined us, you definitely should. And with that, we are ready to get back into the episode.
Prime's exclusive wildcard playoff game is Saturday night. Jordan Love and the Packers take on Caleb Williams and the Bears. Not a Prime member? Sign up for a 30-day free trial to stream the game.
That's going to be caught for the touchdown.
NFC North rivals square off in the latest chapter of the NFL's oldest feud. The Packers and Bears in Prime's exclusive wildcard playoff game. Saturday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Only on Prime. Sign up for a 30-day free trial today. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/Amazon Prime for details.
Why do growing businesses love working in Slack? Let's ask Christy at Ari Bikes.
Running things in Slack saves me so much time.
AI summaries save 97 minutes per week. What say you, Rox from Gosney?
Slack helps us build community, it helps us build connection.
Your partners, vendors and customers all in one place. Take us on home, Ashley from Caraway.
If we didn't have Slack tomorrow, I would explode.
Well, let's not let that happen. Visit slack.com/podcast to get 50% off Slack Business Plus.
Año Nuevo, los mismos Extra Value Meals en McDonald's. Ahora te puedes llevar 2 snack wraps y papitas y una bebida mediana por solo $8. Solo por tiempo limitado. Precios y participación pueden variar. Los precios pueden ser más altos en Hawaii, Alaska y California y con entrega.
No, you're right. Let's all just screw around while the world falls to pieces.
Hey, this isn't easy, you know.
Right, like we're all on vacation out here?
Enough! Look, everyone's under a lot of pressure, but we're the only ones who can stop Abstergo, so we need to keep it together.
She's right. We need to be a hive mind, people.
Anybody up for some reconciliatory yoga? Anyone?
Very funny, guys.
You have my thanks. Keep the sword, Ezio. Do I know you from somewhere? Don't you recognize me? It's me, Mario!
Uncle Mario?
It's been too long, Nipote. Far too long.
Malaka.
All right. So we have just a little bit left to cover before we get that and we get some thoughts. Just noting that some of these objective circles are just going to be short. Like, it just is the effect of that. And that's where we're going to be. So our next one is Merchant Tamo, which can be found in Yamashiro within Kyoto. And he is just east of Hinoki Temple. And this is what we learned from him about where he is. He is in Yamashiro. He runs a brewery in Kyoto and is in the east of Hinoji Temple. When you reach the location, Tamo will be in his house, as this is the one Shelby was mentioning as we were talking about. However, you will need to draw him out by creating noise. This can be done by using whistles and bells as Naue or destroying the mini pots outside of his brewery. And I just want to say, you don't know this, but I feel like this is a Legend of Zelda reference. Because, like, in the Legend of Zelda games, Link goes around breaking pots because that's where, like, the currency is founded, and there's like a bunch of jokes of like him breaking pots and like the people don't respond. So I just feel like this is a Legend of Zelda Easter egg.
It might be. It really might be.
But yeah, and then so once he's outside, either knock him out or obtain information, or you can kill him. Why doesn't this game tell you when you can spare people? Like, for real. Like, this is, I feel like, a major issue with this game.
I agree, but it really doesn't happen. Like, I understand why they built it like this, because it never affects a main quest. It's only these side missions. So they probably were just like, whatever, we're not going to prioritize this. But it wouldn't be difficult to add in, like the Renegade Paragon options in Mass Effect, something like that pops up like, okay, kill or spare. Come on, you got to choose quick. Like, that would make it so much more engaging.
Right, exactly. And like, there is a mechanic that the game doesn't explain, but like I remember with the family of samurai that you have to take out, like if you don't kill the father first, and that makes life easier, but you have to focus on them.
Yes.
And get the talk option.
Yes. Yeah, I had no idea. I think I'd finished the game, or I had at least finished that circle quest, and I saw you do that and with somebody else, and I was like, what are you doing? You're like, oh, I want to go talk to this person. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, I had no idea that was an option.
There's something to being said. Like, I know we all hate tutorials. I mean, I'm a Pokemon fan, so like, you don't have to tell me about long tutorials of like, I know how to catch a Pokemon. I've been playing these games for 20 years. Like, I know there's that, but like sometimes like tell us how the game works.
Well, I think that there's a dividing line between a prolonged tutorial and not knowing how to do anything, not knowing basic functions of the game. Like, there are things that they could have added in to make this a little bit easier.
And it's not something like, me not paying attention when I started playing Assassin's Creed 3 and realizing they changed the counter button to B, and that you can like use X and Y and A to do different things in the counter, and me just trying to spam X like I used to in the Ezio stuff.
Right.
Like, that's just me relying on previous knowledge and not paying attention to the tutorials. They gave us that information, which is important. And I'm also at a point of like, if it's a basic function of the game, like talking to people, it's something you should really explain, versus like something I'm trying to think of. Like, there's an achievement in the old Assassin's Creed 2 game. It's called Doctor. And it's basically if you poison someone and then air assassinate them.
Okay.
Which is really funny. The game doesn't need to explain to you how to do that, because that is a creative use of 2 mechanics. But the game does explain to you how to poison someone and how to air assassinate someone.
Correct, yeah.
So that's where I'm at with that. That's how I feel about that. But yeah, that's Merchant Tamo. Again, like, why doesn't this game tell you how to spare people?
Mm-hmm.
Again, like, and like, we get this idea that these merchants are corrupt, but we're never really told. And like, there's one where Naue finishes the quest. I think it's Kinosake. If you spare them, Naue comments and is like, are all these merchants corrupt or whatever? Like, what's going on? Mm-hmm. And it's like, even Naue doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's that. Do you have any thoughts about Merchant Tamo?
I know. I just responding to what you have to say about Naue. I do think that a person who is corrupt and who is like running this kind of like corruption ring is not a good person. Like, that is a bad guy, So I think that we can make the assumption that these men are at least adjacently evil.
Yes, because their boss is evil.
Exactly.
And we know that.
But as this game has established several times, there are a lot of people in Japan in this time, and who knows, maybe even now, that are kind of like forced into these roles, who are, blackmailed into it, who are said, okay, well, if you don't do this, I'm going to kill your family, or I'm going to ruin your life, whatever the case may be, who feel like they have no other option.
Right. Or like even in Corrupt, like let's talk about this, is the, coffee shop owner or restaurant owner that like basically runs a normal reputable business but is actually like the headquarters and front for the mob activity. Like, are they complicit in the mob activities because they allow them the access to do the things that they need to do, even though they never really take part in the actual mob business?
Right, exactly. Great comparison.
Again, that was me comparing things via what I know about movies versus the real life. But yeah, that's kind of my thing. So the Iron Hand. Oh, no, I haven't.
No, you skipped one.
I skipped one, yes. So we have our last merchant Jinroku. And Jinroku can be found in Tamba, in Miyasu Bay. He is always standing by one of the bridges in town. The things we learn is that he's located in Tamba. He owns a shop in Miyazu Bay, and it's near the bridges of Miyazu Bay. You can either gather information from Jinroku by knocking him out. If he sees you, you won't be able to assassinate him or grab him or choke him out. However, you can throw a smoke bomb as Naoe and then charge a heavy attack to kill him instantly, even if you are underleveled, because he doesn't have a lot of health.
Ah, interesting.
Once he's knocked out, you will get the information from his body and basically where to find the Iron Hand. And so with the Iron Hand, once you have all of this, with all of them dead, you can now confront them. He is in Tamba. He operates and is in Fukushima Castle. And you can either kill him with stealth or fight your way through the castle with Yasuke. Again, if you are underleveled, you might have a harder time with Yasuke, but anything is possible. Once you do so, you can return to Amaiso-kun, and once you do, you'll be rewarded. Though Amaiso-kun is like, some of these things can't be avoided. Thanks for doing this. Okay, bye. Don't care.
Yeah, that's a little bit, what's the word? Underwhelming of a reward.
Yes, very much. And like you get like a bunch of good gear, and obviously like the mastery points and all of that stuff are good for that. And so I just want to close with some thoughts about the objective circles in general, because we've done several of them. They're just so hot or cold for me. Like they're either fan-freaking-tastic in like story and depth and options, like the one with the samurai family that you can take out and do all of that, or even the Winter Raiders one where there's the romance option for Yasuke.
Oh, like, yeah.
Yeah, they have all of these great stories that appear in here, but it just makes me so frustrated that like if you're going to make these objective circles and give a story with them, they should have equal weight. I feel like if you're going to whereas if you make them like the colorful Ronin, which is literally just hey, these Ronin are causing trouble, just go take them out.
You're saying equal weight to one another.
Yes.
Yeah. I definitely agree. I feel like there are some of them that are really great and some of them that are not, as you've said. This one I think does have its pros and cons. We do, go to a lot of different places with this one, which a lot of the other ones are kind of located in one area. So I'll give it that. So there's some good exploration. Yes, we do get some of the options where like, okay, well, you could spare this one, whatever. But again, my issue is this has no bearing whatsoever on the story or the lore. We could go throughout the game, not play this, and have absolutely zero effect. Not all of them are like that. Most of them, not all of them, most of them are. This one is. It has absolutely no bearing on the story, on your outcomes, at the end. And I think, honestly, the way I would sum it up as like how I would put it is it just feels like busy work.
Yes, and I think I agree with that, and maybe we'll have a different opinion once we finish them all. But like, this is where I'm at, is that one, I think as a gamer, and I think the gaming community is starting to really, really lean toward this. We want quality over quantity, and this is coming from an open world game. I would rather have a map that is the size of something like Brotherhood or Revelation, where it's a single concentrated city that's not that big, that has a quality story with quality content and enjoyable content, and just like not these like ridiculous fetch quests or other things that have no bearing on the story. Like, people give Odyssey a lot of crap for the amount of side quests it has, but there are a lot of side quests in Odyssey that might not affect the direct outcome of the main quest, but they build the world in where they amplify the main quest.
Yes, I agree with that. And this game does not do that well at all. And I always felt like when I was playing Odyssey that there was a point to the side quests, that people really needed Cassandra's help, or that she was the only one that could help them, or they had heard of her greatness and were seeking her out, or whatever the case may have been. In Shadows, I just feel like, oh, it was just plopped in here to give us something extra to do.
Yes. And I think that this comes back to, like, what is the main quest of Shadows? Like, is it taking out the Shinbaku? Like, I think that's part of it. Or is the main quest the actual stories that you do with Naoe and Yasuke of their backstory? But the Shinbaku is presented as the main quest. But writing-wise, the two personal stories feel like the main quest, in my opinion. Like, there's a lot of Shinbaku members who are great and well-written. Like, the first two set the bar so high.
Yeah, and there's several that are forgettable. I agree with you. I think gameplay wise, from just a pure like combat mechanical perspective, yeah, the main quest is the Shinbaku, but from a narrative perspective, from the writing, from the overarching emotions, it is the stories of Naoe and Yasuke. And it's hard because in previous games and past games, those two things are tied together. But because they've separated the Assassins and the Templars out of this story, for whatever reason, those have been separated in Shadows. Like in the Ezio saga, his story is the story of the Assassins and the Templars and where they're going and what they're doing. That's not the case for Yasuke and Naoe.
Right. And like, I just feel like there's a lot of like, the big bad of this game is Nunokaro. Like, that is in my opinion who is the final boss of this game. Like, the person who is pulling the strings, who we need to take out to liberate Japan. And like, that's also my thing of like, none of these stories in a lot of ways, like, they do help, but like this one in particular does not help liberate the people of Japan. Because like, the Amai family is still a ruling merchant class that's going to oppress and take advantage of people.
Right, exactly.
And so I just feel like this is content for the sake of content, not content that enhances the game. And like, this is nothing to say against the writers who wrote these characters or anything. Like, they did a well thing, but I'm talking about the cohesive vision of this game seems to be somewhere. And I love this game. I loved playing this game, and I love the characters. But there is a lack of vision in this game.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I do think you can see a lot in this game where Ubisoft kind of, I don't want to, maybe meddled is the right word, and said, no, we're going to do it this way, or like, hey, no, you can't tell this story, or hey, we have to do it this way. And I think that has been a trend in gaming the last several years, of the executives saying, okay, no, we're going to do it this way, and circumventing the writers, cough, cough, Dragon Age. And, it comes as no surprise that video game companies that don't have executives, that are not beholden to these ginormous corporations, are the ones dominating the charts and the game awards.
Right, because they're the games that are well done. And like the Game Awards are not entirely like player voted. Like we do have a voice in that, but like there are industry people like from all, because the Game Awards exist from all of these different Game of the Years, like IGN and other Gamefront and other things. They all came together with Jeff Keighley and said, okay, we'll do one award. And I know how you feel about Jeff Keighley, but anyway, but yeah, I just feel like this game has such a rich character story that is not complemented by the side content in the game.
I agree. I agree. This game has a really good foundation, and I think they've built out the map pretty well. I feel like it needed 6 more months to cook.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
They delayed it twice.
I know, but I feel like it just needed, more time to put on the finishing touches and to like add in some of these like systemic things that would make the gameplay better.
And I will say this, like Ubisoft, do not take this, because you did make a game, in my opinion, that does not feel empty. Like there are things in the world feels lived in. And I love that, and I want you to keep doing that. However, the things that we do in the game need to matter.
Yeah.
And like, I get it. There's always the things of like collectibles that don't matter, but I'm going to cite you to Assassin's Creed 2, of where collecting the feathers unlocks a story point for Ezio, where his mother, basically they take all the feathers that his brother used to collect and they make him a cloak. That's the Auditore family cloak.
True. Yeah, there's a lot of things that Shadows does right. There are very few, I would say, things that I'm like, this is heinous, this is abhorrent. But there's a lot of it that's just mid.
Yeah, that you can improve upon. And I think that Ubisoft needs to take a look at itself and decide what kind of quality game it wants to produce. And like, we know they're capable. And like, even that they're capable of doing this because like they were big corporations when they released Assassin's Creed, when they released the first Far Cry, when they released all of these games.
Yeah.
And so they can do it. They just have to choose to do it instead of taking the easy way out.
Yeah, fair. Well, I think we're kind of getting on our soapboxes. So, do you have any final thoughts for this episode for the Iron Hand Guild?
Other than I think it's not as forgettable as some of the ones that I think are more forgettable, but it is kind of mid in my point.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. All right. Well, thank you, as always, for doing the research on this episode and bringing us the content. And thank you for listening to the Assassin's Creed Lorecast. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening to the Assassin's Creed Lorecast. You can find us on Twitter at AC Lorecast.
If you have any lore questions or topics to unpack, join our Cups Podcasting and More Discord server. It's the best place on the internet. You can also support us financially through our Patreon. Find us on patreon.com/Assassin's Creed Lorecast. The Assassin's Creed Lorecast is part of the Robots Radio Network. For more information about the Robots Radio Network, join the Discord server via the link in our episode's description.
If you enjoyed the show or learned something new today, please subscribe, leave us a review, and join the Patreon. And if you enjoyed our intro and outro music, make sure you give a big thank you to Pipeman Studios. Thank you, Pipeman. Thanks again for listening to the Assassin's Creed Lorecast. And always remember, Assassins, stay in the shadows to serve the light.
Are you a fan of Elden Ring? Are you confused about the lore as pretty much everyone else? We've got you covered. Check out the Elden Archives, a lore podcast that helps to explain every little confusing detail about the lands between. Things like what exactly happened on the Night of the Black Knives, or what we really know about characters like Nicola. Just like the show you're listening to now, we're on the Robots Radio Network, so you know it'll be good. Wondering how to find the show? Easy. Either go to robotsradio.net or search Eldon Archives on whatever podcatcher you're using right now. Bookmark the show for later, and we'll see you in the lands between. Again, that's The Eldon Archives, a FromSoft Lorecast, available everywhere.